get our first look at using transparencies, let's start with something simple, like this taxi cab drawing I made for an earlier cartoon. But notice that without any additional detail, we can't tell if it's moving or parked. To add motion, on a second drawing layer, we can add some dust clouds to create the appearance of motion. We start with some small dark circles close to the tires. The dust clouds will be more concentrated there. Then we add a few larger circles a bit further from the tires because as the taxi moves away, the dust clouds grow in size. Now let's reduce the opacity of those dust clouds by about 80%. This creates the transparency effect needed to simulate how real dust would look. This is a really good start, but dust clouds wouldn't end there. As the taxi drives on, those clouds would billow larger and disperse. So let's add more, and let's use a new layer so we can manipulate the larger clouds separately. Once the larger clouds are added, let's reduce those to an opacity of around 40%. There's no magic number for selecting the amount of opacity, we just use what looks good for our purpose. And use of layering in digital software makes it as easy as this looks. But some transparencies are a little more complicated than this taxi example. Which ones, you say? Thanks for asking. Let's reconstruct one of the more popular images I currently sell on some of my retail products. We can start with this smiley face, which in its simplest form is widely recognized as the Have a Nice Day logo. But I've already added a wink along with the grin to give it more personality. Now we can make it uniquely summer by adding sunglasses. First, we add the frames using basic black. Then we fill in the lenses with a typical green color. The result is they look like sunglasses, but as you can see, the lenses obliterate the eyes and the wink, which abruptly removes most of the character's personality. To fix that, we could always fade the sunglasses to allow seeing through those glasses while the glasses remain visible, right? Well, here's what happens when we do that. The frames also become transparent. I guess we have to go back to the drawing board and try something different. Let's start over with the same smiley face image and add the black sunglass frames as we did before. But before we add the lens color, let's do a copy and paste of the frames on a different layer so that we can manipulate them separately. Once we have the second set of frames, let's fill in the color. Then we can reduce the opacity of the colored sunglasses to allow for the transparency we need. Do you see where this is going now? At this point, we can slide that image of the fully colored transparent glasses upward and behind those frames that have not been altered. The result is transparent lenses in opaque frames. Once the multiple frames have been merged, we can add shading and reflection. I won't get into creating shade and reflection in this video because those are already covered in a different video, which is still available on my YouTube channel. As an additional bonus, we can change our minds in the color of the sunglasses with just a couple of clicks, and we can do it as often as we wish. This is Clarence. Use your software wisely. Happy cartooning, and thanks for dropping in.